For members of the media in the call, please press star one at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Lappano. Coach, before we get to that, your thoughts on last week's game against UL Monroe?
Well, from an offensive standpoint, I thought it was one of our better outings. We had the ball 56 snaps, and we ran the ball okay. Once again, the punt thing really hurts our rush total. That goes against us. But I thought we ran the ball okay. We ran the ball well enough to set up our shot plays, and I think we had at least 9 explosive plays. We had back-to-back, long shot, touchdown, explosive plays back-to-back. We had 3 receivers go over 100 yards receiving, which I don't think's ever been done in this school. I know we've only been here 6 years, but we threw the ball extremely well. Connor, he played with a sore arm. He's still not 100%, but I thought he had a great performance and stood in there and read the defense pretty well and made some nice throws. Wasn't one of our better games on defense. We've been outstanding on defense all year, and they got after us a little bit downhill inside the A-gaps on the run. I know one of the running backs had 200 yards and I think 4 or 5 touchdowns, so we'll get better on that. The thing that we got to get fixed here, and we went at it immediately this morning. First thing I did is the interim head coach here is start on special teams, and it's been a disaster, and we got to coach that better. We got to utilize our personnel better, and which we're going to, but we're going to get that fixed, and that's I can't say it any better than that. It's a black eye, and we got to fix that, and that's what we spent a lot of time on today. But overall, we played really good defense, and we found our stride with our explosive passing game, and that was really good to see. We got some young guys playing. We've had a lot of injuries in that position, a lot of injuries overall, but it's next man up mentality here, and I was really proud of our young receiver, Juwan Nobles, who had over 100 yards. He made not only some shot plays down the field, but he found some holes in some zones where, he had a good feel for when to gear down, and he made some tough catches as well and competed on the perimeter in the run game as well, too. So it's nice to see some of those young guys transitioning into, veteran players, but you can't call them freshmen forever, even though he's had quite a few reps in the last couple of games, and certainly a guy that we probably would have redshirted had we not had all these injuries. So it was really nice to see some of those young guys step up and have success.
All right, Coach, and the upcoming game, obviously a rivalry game for Georgia State and Georgia Southern. What really stands out to you when you look at the Eagles going into this Saturday's game?
Well, number one, I respect their tradition. I've coached against them at other stops on the West Coast, many years ago. But when you think of Georgia Southern, you think of a running game that is second to none. They're at the top of the nation every year in running the football. They do an extremely good job running the football. They play very physical. It's a very proud, tradition down there. They've got tradition, and they're well known. Like I said, we knew about them out on the West Coast, and so that's I think of them as being able to run the football and playing very physical football. And we're kind of similar. They hammered us the first year. We got after them last year. This will be kind of the rubber match, if you will. But they haven't had the greatest season, and we haven't had the season we certainly thought we were going to have either. So we're both kind of backed into a corner here, and it should be fun. You throw out all the records. When I'm in my 36 years of coaching football at every level, well, I've learned one thing in a rival game, and that's throw out the records. And I don't care if we throw the ball really well and they run the ball really well and all that. You never know what's going to shake out in a rival game. So it should be pretty fun. And we had a great day today. We started out with a lot of energy and transitioned well from drill to drill, and I thought it was a real spirited first day.
Coach, you mentioned you have a long history of coaching in the NFL and college football. I mean, how do you use that experience now heading forward as the interim head coach for the rest of the season?
Well, I've been blessed to work under a lot of really, really quality football coaches, and I'm just going to be me. I can't be a lot of those guys, but when I've worked for a number of great coaches in the National Football League and in the collegiate level and some great universities, I've taken something away from every mentor I've ever had. I've had some great ones, and I've kind of learned, from all those guys, and at the end of the day, I'm still going to be me. I'm pretty aggressive personality, and that's basically what I've learned. I've seen other people that I've worked for try to be somebody they're not, and that never seems to work. So, with my experience and age, I think I have a good feel for what I have to do, and I think it started out real well. It started yesterday. We had a team meeting, and I had to get involved in that, and after the AD had made the announcement, and so I think I got a pretty good handle on it.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us this morning. As always, looking forward to having you each Monday on here, but appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.